Man, it's a tough crowd, man. We should get a beer after this, man. On me, I get you a beer. First of all, I want to say congratulations, Assemblymember Al and his team for passing our latest bill, specifically Assembly Bill 1825, the California Freedom to Read Act. For me, growing up in the South, I remember the stories from my grandparents telling us how if they was found out they could string a sentence together, they were murdered. So I take a special interest in being able, people being able to read whatever they want, when they want. It's just the parents got to do a little bit more guidance to filter that, right? So now, I will introduce myself. I'm Antonio Ricardo Cannady, the organizer behind the Emotional Intelligence Initiative, the Antonio Ricardo Cannady Act, or simply known as ARCA, which proposes an educational mandate that will require children in the 5th grade, 8th grade, 12th grade to take and pass an emotional intelligence course before they can ascend to the next level and ultimately graduate into the world. Now here are some tidbits about me. I am a resident of California and a registered voter studying emotional intelligence at Yale University. I'm also a prime example of someone who struggled through the public school system, never learned how to recognize, acknowledge, and process my emotions. Therefore, I moved through life being managed by my feelings instead of the other way around, resulting in way too many regretful trial and error situations throughout my journey because I never was introduced to 2 words in a structured setting: emotional intelligence. That's the wrong setup for every last child being brought up in a toxic situation at home and then expected to go out into the real world with nothing more than a good luck to you, with no emotional measurement tools to accompany it. The public school system must get involved, but don't trip. We have a plan. So I'm here today to propose the ARCA organization consisting of God, myself, and then the 250 signatures collected on change.org supporting the ARCA initiative in the California State Assembly Committee of Education. You, sir, I propose that we team up and change the youth, the trajectory for tomorrow's youth, saving many young lives as a result. Decreasing abuse and crime amongst the youth equates to EI. So my direct question to you, Assemblymember Al Muratsuchi, the time for action is now. When do we get started?
Okay. Well, thank you, sir, for raising this important issue. I be happy to follow up and look more deeper into what you're proposing. I do want to say that in general, without knowing more about your specific proposals, that a lot of times we have to be we just heard from the school teacher about all the requirements that we're putting on teachers, and so we try to be very careful in adding new requirements, because a lot of times people feel like we're adding so many new requirements that we're taking away where we should be keeping our focus on what used to be called the 3 R's, the reading, writing, and arithmetic. Having said that, I know that people are more complicated, the world is more complicated, and that we do need to address. I think I can use some instruction in emotional intelligence. I think we all can benefit from that.
So what I can do, sir, I do have an ARCA proposal, and I can email a copy to everyone on your committee, the education committee.
Okay.
I get that out to you guys next week, and hopefully we can start some conversations. And in 2025, we can start making some changes, because I know a lot of you guys heard about the 14-year-old in Georgia that went and killed 4 people, and his backstory is he was crying out for help. He didn't know how to deal with his emotions, so he took it out in the wrong way. I could have easily been on that path. I remember coming up in a toxic and abusive home, went out to the world, doing exactly what I saw my parents do, well, my mom, because I grew up in a single parent home, and there's a lot of consequences for that. I never knew how to deal with these things called emotions. My emotions ruled me the majority of my life, and I made a lot of mistakes because, as a man, we can't deal with these emotions, so we need to be in a structured setting. I know it could be a lot more than teachers, but in the result, in the long run, when these kids grow up in the world, go out and get into relationships, have their own children, and in these situations where the anger pops up, the anxiety pops up, the stress pops up, they know how to deal with their children so the children don't become replicas of themselves.
Okay.
A lot of us already passed that bill, already
Okay.
passed that stage, so thank you for your time.
Thank you for sharing, all right.